It's time for another review. Hello everyone, thanks once again for tuning into the channel. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the LimToys version of Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4. I have to admit I've been pretty excited about getting this figure, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we get. I'm already seeing, based on the presentation of this is definitely a figure that they put a lot of care into. So this is just a slip cover from it, which is really nice. I'll show you one other thing about this in a moment, but the nice thing about the other side, I don't know if you can actually get that on camera there. Let me see if I can bring this in so you can see a little bit, because they put a lot of detail into showing the slip of how you can see the different characters. I don't know if you can check that out. You can see a little bit of it, but it is just really nicely done the way they put the detail in the design of the box. Personally, that's one of the things I love about collecting some of these figures, is just the marketing designs that a lot of companies go to putting in their packaging. It's really a selling point for it. So a lot of care needs to be put into something like that. But once you slip it off, this is a nice thing where you can kind of see like a little jungle silhouette, which actually makes good for some type of photo if you want to do something like that. But I think that's a good design to it, because this is kind of like the impression that you give for the Uncharted 4 video game. But instead of seeing all of this, you actually see this nice design here, which is supposed to be the coin, which is pretty cool because the coin actually moves around and stuff like that. You can actually rotate it, which I'll show you in a moment. So the beautiful part about this box is the fact that it has the map, and there's other like little designs that they put into the cover, which I'll show you. We got one other little piece here. I'm going to set that aside for right now. But just so you can see all of the detail that goes into the design of the box. Here's just a lot of really cool details in there, and like little subtle things like this where they're putting their name on the packaging. So yeah, this is definitely a lot of care that was put into this. So when you flip it over, you can actually use it as a backdrop for the figure, which I've seen other companies do this as well, and this is just a nice touch. That means you're not just kind of really discarding the box. It actually can be a part of the display. So you do have this coin piece that you can rotate around, which is nice. It's a nice touch, again, marketing. But you can also just add that piece there and make it, again, part of the display. It's just a really nice touch to the figure, and again, you can just tell that they've had a lot of fun making this and just really trying to think of everything they possibly can when it comes to the figure. So here's your instruction manual that you get, and it also comes with the flag and a few extra buttons just in case you need to do some replacements and stuff. I do like the design of this flag, and it looks like they put wire in it as well. So again, a lot of good detail put into the presentation of the figure. So let's go ahead and let's pull this out so we can get a chance to see our figure. And there's our Nathan Drake there, which is also really cool. They actually added some details about Nathan Drake. I'll give you a little closer look with that so you can see they kind of tell a little story about Nathan Drake, and then the names of all of the pieces that he comes with, and there's your figure. So just in case you're wondering what each one of these things are, there's your names right there, so you could be able to see that. So it is just, again, good attention to detail. They thought of everything. This is really similar to what they did with the LimToys Arthur Morgan. You can tell with that Arthur Morgan figure, they put a lot of care and detail into that, where they try to practically give you just about every single thing that Arthur Morgan was using in that game. So it was just a a nice touch to show attention to detail with that. So you have the cross, St. Dismas. So that's a really good detail that they put into that. And it's a soft plastic, so it'll be a pretty good design with it. I mean, but the sculpting is like top notch for it. This is also the skull from the first game. You don't really see a lot of this, but I believe this is like one of the artifacts that you can collect in the game. So it's good, some good detail in that. This is the purple dagger, and just the detail of that again just looks top notch. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal for that, when he used this piece to unlock certain areas in the game. This played a really important part in the game. So yeah, purple dagger is really nice. The cipher, this is what was used in Uncharted 3. So again, a lot of good attention to detail in the game. This is I mean, like I said, they really thought of everything for this. So this is really nice. You also get his journal, which I can already see this. It feels like, I'm not 100% sure, but it feels like they use leather for the booklet, which, yeah, just from looking at the material from the other side, they actually use leather for the book. So a nice touch on the detail, so that, I mean, literally he would have something like this and have a leather binding so that it can be durable. And so they went the same route with this. So yeah, this is, I mean, just good attention to detail throughout the entire book. All the little things that he collected, the notes that he wrote down, the drawings that he had. I mean, it was like they pretty much went through every page that was in Uncharted 4 and put it into this book. Even has like his little initials down there in the corner. But yeah, and then Libertalia is what he wrote for the journal. So which is really nice, because throughout those games he had different journals for different adventures. So the journal that he had in Uncharted 4 is not the same journal that he had in Uncharted 3. He just had separate books for his adventures. So really good attention to detail for that. You also have the sword that he found. I believe this is the sword that he used towards the end of the game, that he fought Rafe with. So again, this is like really nice detail with that. So yeah, LimToys did a phenomenal job with this figure for sure. So let's go ahead and let's get Drake himself out here. So as you can see, his head's kind of turned to the side because that's kind of like the shape of how they did for the foam. So yeah, this is wow, this is like a really good job. Good attention to detail on the face. That is definitely Nathan Drake without a doubt. The tailoring of the clothes, just, I mean, literally the design for, I mean, the body that they chose to go with it is just overall just really nice figure. The detail in the pants and the boots are very nice. I will say this, and I'll show you later on in this video to where you can understand where I'm coming from on this. When I first saw the photos and even some of the unboxing videos already out there, my first impression on it was like, oh man, I don't really like those pants and I don't really like the boots, because they just didn't really seem that accurate to me. And that's only because I have another version of Nathan Drake that was really, it was kind of hard to come by, but I have the Nathan Drake that was made by Kai Studios, and I'll show you the head sculpt for that, because personally, like I said, I've said before, I like this head sculpt. It definitely looks like Nathan Drake, but I have another Nathan Drake head sculpt that to me looks totally like him, and the expression that they put on the face of the head sculpt, that is Nathan Drake 100%. But this to me also is 100% Nathan Drake, simply because of just the way they sculpted the head and everything. Without a doubt, like I said, this is definitely a Nathan Drake. This is just a different expression. That's all it is, a different facial expression. But it's absolutely fantastic. I think they did a phenomenal job with it. Also with the arms and everything. The boots, I prefer the boots on the other figure that I'll show later as opposed to this one. Also, I think the pants are they're just a little too short. You'll see what I mean when I show you the other one. But as far as like the weathering on it and being as dirty as it is, I mean, they definitely nailed it. I think they did a phenomenal job with the figure. So yeah, I'll show that, and I'll show you the other head sculpt as well, so you can get a chance to see the other expression, which is just absolutely great. I mean, I am a very big Uncharted fan. I have played the games ever since they were first released. I've had a couple of collector's editions as well for this game, for the series. So again, I think they did a fantastic job with it. So I have multiple Nathan Drakes that I'll show you later, including a little bonus figure that I'll show you guys that I have later on in the video. But yeah, overall, I would say the lighting is really bringing out the features for this, because I think they did a great job on the skin tone, considering the fact that he would be in this area and receive this kind of tan in the game. So again, I think, like I said, I think they did a fantastic job with it. But this first tray, let's go ahead and bring out the second tray, so you can see all the other accessories that he comes with, which, as you can see, is quite a bit. So we have some extra hands here. You have his flashlight, his pistol, you have his a rifle, and let's see, you got some other accessories here. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna start with the base here, because that was one of the things I liked about the base that they did. I mean, they put so much detail in it, because literally you have all 4 games right here on the display base. So here it is. You have the Aztec design for El Dorado. Then you have, this is supposed to be like Tibet, so this is the whole area with the mountain range and everything. Even one of the little puzzle designs that they put in there, so it was like all the little cylinders that he turned. You could see all the detail for that, so you'll know that's part of Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. This is supposed to be for Uncharted 3, so you have like a little city, and all of those pieces that I showed you earlier all fit into this place. And then this last part here, this is for where you want to put the flag, and then you have this logo, so you have a choice to either have the Nathan Drake right here in front, or you can put this piece here, which is supposed to be for Uncharted 4, and you literally can see the pirate mountain from Uncharted 4. So it's like they thought of absolutely everything. But this whole thing here, like none of this stuff is the coins from any of the other games. This is definitely Uncharted 4 all the way with this. So they're literally putting all the more detail into the Uncharted 4 video games, but still allowing you to reminisce on the other games as well. So again, they really put a lot of care and detail into this game, which I can say, me personally, I've played these games over and over again, still play the multiplayer every now and then. This is supposed to be his rope, which there's functionality in that, so definitely a good job on that. This is definitely a plastic piece. It's not a metal piece, but it's plastic. But again, still good detail that's put into it. Here is the rifle that he has. It feels like it has some plastic pieces to it, but from what the videos I've seen, there's a magnet in this as well, so we'll stick that onto his back, so you'll definitely see it when I put it together for all the photos that we're going to have for him and everything. But the functionality of it, again, top notch. I think they did a fantastic job with the figure. So yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to pull out some of the other figures that I have, the other Nathan Drakes that I have, so we can see the comparison and really how Nathan Drake stacks up to the other Nathan Drakes that I have in my collection. So in addition to showing you guys this this book that he comes with, I also wanted to show you this particular book. This is based off of the journal that he had in Uncharted 3. I'm not sure if it's still available. You might still be able to find one, but I purchased this off of Etsy. But still, it's just the same kind of detail, the same journaling that he kept in the third game, just the same as the other one that was in the fourth game. So just to show that he had like different journals throughout each game. So this is actually, you know, highly detailed one. But yeah, I was able to find this off of Etsy, and it's 1/6 scale, so it fits perfectly in the figure's hands. So now it's just a nice little addition to have both journals included with both figures. Okay, so here we have the Nathan Drake figure. I got all the plastic stuff off of him and everything, so we'll be able to see you know, all the detail without any distractions or anything. I will mention because they don't really tell you in the instructions, but they do kind of leave a little hint for you. So for those of you who do not know or may not notice, the holster that he has, there's like a little, they say like a little surprise that they leave for you inside the holster. So if you go through here, you'll see that they actually leave like a little one of the coins for you in the holster. So let me see if I can give you guys some detail on it so you can be able to see exactly what it looks like, because again they put a lot of detail. It really feels like it's a plastic coin, but still again it's just some nice detail that they put into it, sculpted on both sides, so you can be able to see all the detail in that. But for those of you who get the figure and maybe don't know or may miss it, this is just a nice little surprise that they leave for you, just one of the extra added pieces. So even though you're seeing all the coins decorated everywhere on the display, it's cool to have like an extra little coin just for you to have. So rather than kind of sticking it all over everywhere trying to find it, they just slipped it right in there and just told you it was, you know, kind of like a little surprise. So that's a nice little addition. So a big thanks to LimToys for also including that. They are again trying to give you every detail that they can think of when it comes to it. It's just nice to have. So anyway, this is the figure. The first figure I want to bring to compare it to is this is the Sideshow Nathan Drake. I will say, for those of you who may be looking at it saying, hey, you know, doesn't look familiar as far as the head sculpt, I did change the head sculpt. I wasn't really a big fan of the head sculpt that they chose for Uncharted, because the promo pictures and the figure that you actually got, it was not the same head sculpt. So this head sculpt actually belongs to the CC Toys version, which personally I think they did a great job on him, so you can see all the details in that. But yeah, I think they did a great job with the figure. I don't think they really did that good of a job when it came to the whole figure, because this is one that's supposed to be for Uncharted 4, but I think the 5 o'clock shadow that they gave him was too dark. However, it is dark enough, or the correct shade for what he looked like in Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. So this, I think, is accurate for the other games. It's just not really accurate for the fourth one. But either way, I still think they did a good job. Again, to me, this looks like Nathan Drake. And just as they, over the course of time, as they did the games, they updated the graphics. So naturally, Drake is going to look a little more detailed as the games progress. So this is totally fine for like an Uncharted 3 or Uncharted 2 game. I think this looks great. But I still keep him around because the weathering in this, the outfit is really nice. So yeah, this makes a great addition to it. As you can see, this, as far as the heights are concerned, they're roughly around the same. He's just a little bit taller, which is not a big deal to me. You know, again, they make the games differently, so you might see things a little different over the course of time as they progress. So anyway, that is my Uncharted 3 Nathan Drake. So I'll bring you out my Uncharted 4 Nathan Drake, and this is the one that I really like. This was made by Kai Studios. Now mind you, before I even put this figure next to this Nathan Drake, when Kai Studios released this figure, they did not give a body. They didn't give a body. All they gave you was the clothes and the head sculpt. That's all they gave you. But you can see the detail in the face. Again, that is Nathan Drake. And again, that's also the expression that you can see on his face. It's like that's the kind of facial expression he would make. It just looks, to me, this looks like Nathan Drake. So it is absolutely fantastic with this. So I did have to get my own body for the figure. So you know, maybe I'll make some adjustments. But as you can see, the color of the pants are different. But to me personally, I feel like it all depends upon how you are looking at it in the game. There's different areas where you can look where how lighting hits, and you won't really get an accurate, you know, look for the pants. You can try to look at it from other areas. Even if you went into the menu and try to look at the game, the color of the pants would be slightly different, so you can try and get accurate on it. But I think the weathering is good. They put a whole lot more weathering in his pants, which makes sense to me. But for this, just seeing the detail in the pants, that is great detail. And this is what I like about the boot. I think these boots look better than the LimToys version. That's just me, because I like all the detail around here, the detail that's in the pants. Also, the difference between the two is, you see how that rides up? That means the cuff can come down a little more, and that is what I like. I like how the pants come down a little bit, and that'll be a little different from this one, which the pants just to me seem a bit short. I do like the fact that there's, you know, they put gray socks to kind of send, you know, give the impression that they're a bit dirty and whatnot. So they just put some gray socks with it. But me personally, I prefer the other boots over this one. So that's my comparison between those two. But overall, again, I think it looks fantastic. I think this is a really good representation of Nathan Drake, as well as this one. I'm actually going to be trying to, you know, put the two together to see if I can, you know, put this head on that one and play around with it a little bit, because I believe the skin tone does kind of match a little bit. But again, if I want to use some different facial expressions, I have the two. So yeah, so that's my this is the Kai Studios Nathan Drake. And then one other bonus figure that I have, this is actually not something I got anywhere. This was a custom that I put together, but I have my own Sully, and you know, I pulled in from various things, and I still am working on it, because there's another body that I just recently got that I'm gonna switch with that. But yeah, so this is my Sully and Nathan Drake set. If LimToys, you know, later down the line, if they want to do a Sully, it'd be absolutely cool to have one, you know, maybe with like the leather jacket for when he's, you know, in those colder areas and one of the other levels that you see him in. So it'd be nice if they did that, or even if they did a Elena, you know, that'd be nice, because you don't really see a whole lot of female figures out there too much. It's more of the guys than the girls, and it'd be nice to have that, you know, if she had, you know, a nod to each one of the games, like if she had the badge or if she had the video camera from the first game. Those are just like little things that'd be nice to see. So anyway, that's what I have for my figures. Let's go ahead and let's jump into some photos. So I'll take this time now to thank you very much for tuning in to the channel. You guys are always greatly appreciated. And be able to tune in to our Toytography Live, because we're definitely going to be speaking about photos of these figures a whole lot more, and also other photos. And please join our Facebook group that we have. We just share photos, and we discuss photos and accessories and camera gear. We discuss all of that stuff in our group. So definitely come by and check it out, and we will catch you in the next video.